Chapter 4. Heavy Industry of the Past. Also, and that also made no sense. I didn't have a fuck the. Can't read that from here. I did not have actually more sentence after all, so that was the wrong way to start the sentence. But so we return to the adventures of the most weirdly chill dude ever. That's actually kind of probably in a situation of crisis when you think about it, but he doesn't seem to think about it. What do these do? Sweet. Good to know. Those are genuinely hidden in the darkness too, by the way. That's not often a thing in this game. You can often make out everything without using battery. Missing my dock. This... How extensively did that guy distribute those posters? I'm starting to get concerned. Stahlberg future, your future, no work, no home. The only place to get better future is open sewer. Grade A cement. Well, that screams point of no return. No, well, it would if the ladder was on this side. I guess it's my way back later. I think that's what's gonna be. What a weird little element of, like, foreshadowing, I guess. Hello. Clearly a mess there. We have a ladder. Can I make anything out through the window? Actually, I should look around a little bit like this, too. X's and O's. No, it's all just graffiti. Which isn't really a structural problem. Unless the structure you're talking about is society. I can't. Apparently can't crouch into that even though I'm an adult person who presumably has full locomotion. I can't get up below this relatively easy to get under thing. And nothing responds to my input. Alright then, up we go. VZ. I don't understand any of the graffiti in this game. I usually can't even read graffiti when it's in English, and I'm not entirely convinced that all of these are in English to begin with. Anyway. They're like selectively in English when the player needs to understand them. Like, this game doesn't even take place in an English-speaking country, does it? There's like momentary references to where this place is based. At the beginning-ish, and I kinda never researched them afterwards. But I came with the impression between the accents and a few names here and there that this was probably not a primarily English-speaking country, but I could be totally wrong about that. And if that's the case, all of the non-English graffiti would definitely make sense if that is what it is. But then it makes the weird English graffiti kind of funny that they place there so you can understand it. Hello, key. Mysterious key. Do you open the door I saw before? By any chance? That's the one. Ah. Outside. I was getting a little worried. When you're inside of buildings long enough, there's like a concern that you won't be able to escape. I didn't actually try you, but you don't open either. Okay. Stop alcoholism, ban alcohol, basically. Oh, there's batteries in there, and a newspaper, and stuff. This needs to be switched. Oh, I can't chase the wire. It just disappears. I'm wondering if going out there will affect anything. Are these... Is there a puzzle here is what I'm wondering. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lights. The third one is lit. Then there's 3 more lights, and the second one is lit. But yeah, because there's tons of point of no returns and stuff like that, there's a genuine concern that, like, I'm gonna go down and press buttons just in case it changes, just to see. Because there were buttons down there, and I'm curious to see if they can change which ones are lit. If this was a real-life situation, every time you go past a point of no return and you can't get back where you came from, and you're still inside of an abandoned building, that's like a deadly situation. I'm gonna randomly press 2 of these buttons and see if anything changes. Upstairs. Based on not much, really. You say green, but how do I open you? Because that seems to feel like it would imply that I could open you. That ladder makes me think I'm coming back later, though. Yeah, in a real life situation, if you get locked in an abandoned building, and no one knows where you are exactly because of your radio being unusable in some of these contexts inside these concrete buildings. Yeah, the lights did not change. There's no correlation between those buttons and the lights. You'd be at risk of, like, just being left to starve to death in this building if you couldn't find another exit. And our character is very unbothered by those ideas. He never seems to raise that concern the way that I feel like I would. Then again, he doesn't really raise any concerns considering he found a dead body and was like, huh, that's weird. You guys want to come clean that up? I'm like, is that... Also someone died, dude. Does that concern you? It's a dead dude? And you're here? In the place where he died? Is that not immediately... Even if you're not thinking about, like, oh no, that poor man, surely you'd be like, oh no, poor me, maybe. I might die here. Not seeing structural problems. We have that building, this staircase. I think I can see the word fuck. But what's the top one? Bessers R&B? Bum? Yeah, I can't make out what they're saying. I often I'm not entirely sure what the letters are, even. Rave Club.
I should probably let the guys at the office know where I am. Great. There's no signal. There should be a cell transceiver up in the old steel factory tower.
Well, I'm at some sort of wind farm, it looks like. Plus or minus whatever this place is. The buildings themselves. We've got some kind of... occupation. What is it? Yeah, that's probably not something to photograph, but it's... maybe not something that's supposed to be going on here? I'm guessing it's an abandoned location and then people moved in to do their, to do parties, basically. Like, this is a space where we can make all the noise we want because it's an abandoned place and, like, industrial locations are often not where people live. They're often separate from the living area to deal with, like, pollution and noise issues to keep those away from the population a bit. Which means that when they're abandoned, not only is no one really checking by, but no one's really going to hear. So you can just throw your party. And I'm sure that no one will be liable at all when something goes wrong.
Could use some bolt cutters again.
Could have you taken those with you instead of leaving them, you know. I was so confused when he got bolt cutters, and then he's like, I'm gonna leave these here and never come back. I'm like, why did you... weren't those useful? If you're going through an abandoned area, don't they chain doors all the time? Even logical. Can I get up there, I wonder? That is, like, conspicuously person-sized, like I'd be able to get through it. Oh, I'm supposed to drop down, aren't I? And then go back across those wires. That's exactly what I'm supposed to do. There's, like, nothing else here. Always with the 3 gnome people. Excuse me. Oh! Oh! Thought I was gonna miss. Momentum's scary. Here we go. I am the knight. Aha! Well, now I know how to get into this room. Easier than I thought. Exit established. And there I was looking for a puzzle. Huh. Those probably should have stood out to me more.
I can fit these in my pockets.
Is that a blue screen? Not supposed to happen. I think I saw the word popsicle. But I didn't really make out the rest. It, rapidly went away. When I, broke it? Well, it was broken on its own. But I helped it break. I double broke it. Wow, that's hard to read. That is exceedingly hard to read. Can I, like, turn the lights down in this room? Is there even a light switch in this room? There is a light. But I don't think there even is a light switch, actually. We're just gonna have to squint. Oh, the bloom effect is so severe. Stahlberg Steel collapsed. Stahlberg's flag carrier files for bankruptcy without any advance notice, leaves thousands unemployed. Stahlberg Steel LLC collapsed yesterday evening without earlier profit warning or other notice. The company, which has been the capital region flag carrier for decades, filed for bankruptcy after huge strikes orchestrated by Metal Workers Union. MWU started the strikes on Monday morning after 2 nights' worth of fruitless negotiations. Stahlberg City Council had an emergency meeting late yesterday evening when they discussed how the capital region will survive this loss of tax income with already high unemployment numbers. Another meeting is scheduled to start today at 11 a.m. The situation isn't as bad as it seems, and I assure you we can manage to work this out, says Stahlberg Mayor Adolf Altmaier. Metal Workers Union being blamed. Stahlberg Steel hasn't given any official statement about the closure, but employers' federations already blame Metal Worker Union for the bankruptcy. Metal Workers Union has no real sense of direction with their demands. They had already caused multitude of problems with their constant harassing, so it was just a matter of time when something really bad happened, said employer spokesperson George Ilves on TV1 interview yesterday evening. Metal Workers Union said they won't comment on the matter until the bankruptcy has either been canceled or probated. Blah, my eyes. The blooming crossed with the hyphenated multi-row words and the weird spacing that newspaper uses is like really doing a number on my ability to flow through these sentences. City Council announces budget cuts. Following the news of Stahlberg Steel bankruptcy, the City Council held an emergency meeting yesterday evening. The meeting that lasted until midnight was kept behind closed doors. After the meeting, Council spokesperson Agneta Persson announced shortly that the city of Stahlberg will take all the necessary actions to combat the worsening situation. A renewed budget including heavy cuts to public spending will be introduced soon. Hosni Mubarak elected president of Egypt. I don't think that's super relevant. Stahlberg FC wins football league. Yeah, the usual stuff. I think the news section and I think the modern news section is always trying to just like place the newspaper in the time that it's in, because there's a bunch of fictional stories that take place inside the game, and then I think the world news is generally like tying to an actual event that happened in real life. around that time to make it feel cohesive. Oh, by the way, I looked something up about this game. Not major spoilers or anything, but I was curious because I never have any concept of how far we are, and I looked it up. There are 10 chapters, and this is chapter 4, I think they said. So now we have some.
Factory. This place is abandoned, so I don't need to take any pictures here. I still have 9 packs of batteries left.
So just for perspective, we have some semblance of idea of the pacing of the game and the structure. So we're in chapter, I believe, 4 out of 10. Apparently, I think part 1, the original release, was 5 chapters. Then they put out 2 chapters, then they put out 3 chapters. It's not as uniform as you'd expect, but who knows how long any of the chapters are anyway. Input press, broken, heat, output press. This place is abandoned. Interesting to hear him say, this is abandoned, no need to take photos, but like, technically they're all abandoned, aren't they? Like, I think they're technically all abandoned. Some of them are just the ones that are actually being reworked, I guess, and the other ones are just a building we're gonna just watch sit there forever. Someone keeps painting these weird silhouettes everywhere. I am Man. I look at my watch. Everywhere I go. It is exceedingly dark here. I'm trying to conserve light when I can, but I might not be able to. A lot of mushroom imagery, in addition to the actual mushrooms, of course. This place has been inhabited lately. You have the rave itself, then you have a lot of debris of personal use.
Looks like they could use some ventilation here.
How in danger? Oh god. It closes behind you. That's terrifying. Let's look everywhere else first. There might not be a button on the other side. Area's not very interactive so far. How about up here? Can I go all the way up, or is there going to be a mysterious collapsed staircase again? Where's that debris from? Wait, really? Yeah, where's that debris from? That's a genuine question. He's serious about not taking photos. Thought they might be optional, but they're not going to happen. Sometimes you can pick these up. Nope. Yeah, where is this debris coming from? The roof is I don't remember what to call those, but they're like metal sheets. Sheet metal, actually, is probably literally what you want to call them. Whereas these are like piles of cement debris, but the floor is uniform and the walls are brick. So like, where'd this debris of cement come from that apparently fell on the track? I think this is a genuine question that needs to be answered. Ooh.
That makes 10 packs of batteries for the flashlight.
The path to the converter hall, furnace hall. Rolling hall doors sealed, exterior doors locked, ladle elevator doesn't work, no electricity, doors to control room locked, ore skip doesn't work, goo cellar too dangerous, there should be a door at the converter hall, at least some rooms with useful stuff. It's a death trap with no way out. The goo cellar is a death trap with no way out. Someone moved that crane to block the way to the upper level and broke some of the bottoms. Buttons, don't touch them. Electric shock hazard. There's electric shock hazards at the buttons near the crane, apparently. Should have photographed that.
Interesting.
Oh, so you're interested in that, even though it pertains to the building we don't care about. Or are we past... I was wondering if maybe we'd pass through to a more important part of the building. This appears to otherwise be a dead end. Where, like, effectively the contents of the note are the function of the room. Try upstairs. You can even see the catwalk. Planks of wood. The distribution of debris is getting weird. Oops. Gotta keep those straight. Still more up there. Well, this is a big space. The factory line. We can go higher or lower. Oh, it's the soundtrack. I was like, what the hell is running around in the grates? Did this turn into a horror movie? What is happening? I thought I was under attack. They just chose to make a strangely great sounding soundtrack. Huh. They made sure to distribute enough debris so you can't get much of anywhere. Oh yeah. You can look, but you can't touch. Is that a bird? Yep. He's supposed to be white? Huh. Interesting coloration. These abandoned factories full of tetanus threats seem to be very popular drinking spots, posthumously. Well, you're not getting across there easily, but I could almost see you walk across the pipe and then maybe climb up at the end. Try other stuff first. Just pull the plank out, it's easy. Really, man? You can't be this ineffective. Or ineffectual. Clearly I want to go inside there. Give me your secrets. There we go. Yeah, this is incredibly dangerous and way... You're right, dude. Way better idea than just pulling that plank out. We should do this. Completely insane thing instead. There's a whole area up there too. I should want to check that out instead of going in down there, right? 'Cause I don't know how I'll get back up here if I fall down. How big is this zone? Holy crap. Oh, that opened. I am, losing the thread. Like, you try to make a branch, like, if you're like me, you try to make, like, a branching path in your head of all the different branches you could have taken along the way, and which ones you did take, and then try to remember all the spots where you could go back. I'm starting to lose track of that map in my head. Because there's a lot of branches. And a lot of spots like this where I could jump over there, but I can't get back up. But I've encountered a few of those now. Potential one-way locations where I might not be able to return. Like, I don't know if I jump down there to open what I presume is the back door that probably does open. Oh, it's a red light, that's not a good sign. If I go down there to open it from that side, can I get back up here? Can I even get back down there? Way up through there. A lot of these doors still open. Oh, that's broken off. But we don't care. Can't climb these ladders because there's chunks broken off of them. Consistently, too. Almost like somebody was actively sabotaging the ladders with how consistent they are.
Packs of camera batteries now.
That's the best news all day. Actual camera batteries. We're actually stocking up. Okay, does this link back over to there? I think it does. Let's go take my chance then. Yeah, okay. This gets me back over here. Okay. All you had to do, dude, was pull that one board out, but now we have to find keys because we're stuck on this side. And I don't know if I'm ever getting back to the other side. That takes me downstairs, but that's in the middle of the machinery instead of the other side. Oh my god, the number of paths. How do I keep track of these? Let's go down. This might be a dead end like the other chunk of floor machinery area was, too. Maybe we can just check it off the list. Wow, second one's broken, just like the other one. And power slide. Nope. Oh, birds. That's what stops me from getting through. Oh, the crane that blocks the path. That's what they're talking about. I was expecting more of like a free-floating, like actual, not floating, but like a free, like a crane vehicle, as opposed to a sky-mounted crane. But that makes sense for a factory building like this, I think. More destroyed railing, but I could pretty easily go across this one. Have I trapped myself? No, I can probably get on the scaffolding. This should give me floor access on the third side of the room. One we haven't been on yet, I think. I think that's the other side of the room. Still don't open. I can think of a few reasons why that might have not been the best idea, but, you know, let's run with it. Oh. Something's electrically charged. Is this gonna get me past the crane? Yeah. My daddy warned me about boys like you. Oh, access to the beginning again, it looks like. Okay, so I can get back if I need to. Good. I'm not trapped. What the heck? Oh, I'm past this gate. Can I open it? Hey. Even easier access. Okay, so this place has opened up considerably now. That'll take me up. There are genuine trees growing out of the cement in here. How? That's impressive. I'm gonna save that spiral staircase for last-ish, I think. It's so prominent and striking visually, it just feels like that's gotta be, like, the way to go. But I've been wrong before. I thought that about that long hallway. But when in doubt, just save first and give it a go. I want to go on the roof. I kind of put that off so far. Uh-huh. This is problem. That sounds like a good reason to save. I have lost track of which saves are which now. Let's use slot 2 for a while, I guess. I try to stagger my saves per session when I'm recording, so that if anything goes wrong with the recording, I can start that particular session over. But that's hard to do if the saves are limited in count, and also don't give you information about, like, when, like, the date of the save, or really any information besides a really blurry screenshot you can't make out past the interface. I don't think this is gonna work for me, is it? Because there's this diagonal thing is right here on all of them, the support. Unless the diagonal support goes away, I won't be able to, like, go turn right anywhere. So right now I'm just doing some really impressive acrobatics for no particular reason. Not my best call. Let's try to get out of it without killing him. Oh, Jesus. And that's why you don't want to stop crouching. Or at least when there's a piece of debris. It'll significantly change how much you shift to the side. I'm taking a risk, but this pipe feels like it's meant to be climbed on. There's like a thing on it. Ow. Also, almost... yeah, it's weirdly perfectly balanced. That's a shortcut back to here. Which is where I climbed up in the first place. We've been everywhere since then. Significant progress. Don't think I've been higher than this yet, though. The starting point. Is this the other side of the catwalk that was broken? Yep. Okay, then. I'm gonna try going on the roof, or at least pursue the path that looked like it might take me to the roof, which may or may not be blocked, but I don't know yet. Until I check it. All I know is that this is definitely not... oh god.